Welcome to TripleA Engine of Action Allies game. I am Matican and I have done 3 games. I've done 2 of the select map for this WAW 1940. That stands for World at War 1940, where every area is taken. And then last time I both took it with low luck removed. That means that everything is like Action Allies game, or 1 to 6 dice. 1 dice in 1 is the lowest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 1 is the best you can hit. Really strange, but that is the way it is. And 6 is the worst, and if you hit 6, you never get anything. 5, you never get anything. It's for 4 and down. You actually does. In this game, there's actually a 5 that is actually approved here in one of these bombers that can do that in this World War we are playing. Not in this one. This is more regular. But then there's also, let's just take it, and map options. This low luck, if I make the, if I go in map options and say reset, the low luck is actually active on this map, is also on the other map. And I remove it because I played that first game without it and won, but it was really irritating with the luck there. And the second game I played with it, and then I started with this World at War, where many of the areas has not been taken. So I had the low luck removed first, and now we are going to play with luck. And why is it that different to use this one and not do a lot of other things? It's because that when you do not have the low luck on, then you have this all the dice, and it's actually the same all the time. You do have a roll, and you can see all the dice, and you can have a crazy luck where you can hit like with 90%. With all the units that just can hit with 1, the ones are coming up. And then you're gonna have like low luck, where it's not that lucky when you use these things, where it's actually calculated every time there's a 6 units from 1 to 2. Then you get 1 hit anyway. But if you do not have those dice, then there's still a lot of luck in it, but not like 100%. This is more like lower luck, so you are more strategically minded in this game. That's what I discovered. And let's just start the game. And here I have played the German on all kinds of these 3 games, and I will still play it here to see the difference. I have played American and also play the British, the Hisachi. That's a Japanese, Eric. Actually, they are also together with Hamamoto, but the Japanese and Hisachi is actually the naval, not the naval, but the units that is the soldiers, the ground units, and the Yakamoto is the naval units. But what's happened here with these is in the World War II, they were pretty hard soldiers. They made suicide and did a lot of stuff, and have even hand grenades on them when they gave themselves up. A lot of stuff where it was really tough. They also have a lot of civilian casualties. They just killed the civilians, especially in China. Yakamoto, he was a naval general, admiral, because you have admiral when you're at sea and general when you're on land. But he was an admiral in the Japanese forces. He commanded the whole naval force of the Japanese, and they have like this honor. You do not attack transport ships with U-boats. You do not destroy oil depots. There's some things with honor there they had where the land force did not have it. And sometimes people say, "Oh, it's not like that. It's different." It can be. There's so many things going on, but they did not have this ferocity as the naval, the land unit had, as versus the naval unit. Okay, so maybe that's why they split up. Chinese, they're in the middle. Uh, they do not have. I've never played those. I played both Heiichi and Yakamoto. Also played a little bit of the French, but you have to wait a lot because you are just waiting for the allies to help. You have something over in North Canada. I also played Italians, the Russians, and now also the Germans. Let's choose these difference. You have default. It's like That's just normal or human. Easy AI, fast AI, that means it goes pretty fast, but hard AI is the one where they think mostly. The problem with the hard AI is it takes a long time when you go through some of these turns that this game calls rounds. It can take a long time when you are been after turn 8, something like that. The really long time with when you go up in 20, around 20, and you just sit and wait for them to do their stuff. They have some problems, but I can come into that a little later. I also always explained it. I also explained it in the other games there. Not always, but there we go. Hard, and just zoom in on that one. Let's start the play going here. Yeah, it goes up. And one thing, it's free to play. Free. SourceForge. I have it in the link. It's great. I actually searched for an Action Allies game, and then this came up. What is going on here? And you just need to download the maps. Go in, download the maps. It's pretty easy. I have explained it in other games, so you should not be discouraged. I'm not telling you about it in here, but you can just go in and see the other ones or the playlist I have, especially the first one, where I explained it all. But the first two games, I did not go for France, especially the first one. I waited a bit and then go for USSR here. But it kept my forces pretty occupied around this, and they had up to 70 units or something. And it took me a little while to get them. And then the Allied, especially Americans, they're coming in right away in the war. But they are a little bit lacking because they have to take all these units. And the other scenario, they have this Salvador, but they do not have it here. The thing here is that these areas are pretty worthwhile to have from the Italians, so we have to protect them. And we have like areas, but if you go into the players, you see PU, that's production units. You can produce 40 for Germany, but our production is actually 49 right now. But you have 40 you can use this first turn. Russians only have 12, then downwards. And then this, when you end the turn, I've just ended turn now. Germany, as I am, will get 49. Russian get 108. They have all these areas here. And then all the way. You can see there's so many units. Russia has a unit in all. And the areas that do not have, they have these bunkers. They're quite special. Why are they special? It's because the Russian bunkers here, or bunkers in all, general, they have 3 in defense and they have 2 hit points. So if you bring a unit in, just as normal infantry, attack this bunker, and you hit the one you need to hit, because that's when you attack with infantry, you have to have 1, or if you attack with artillery, that helps them, 1 or 2. The problem is, if you do that, then and you hit, then you only hit the first pile. And if they hit you, then you're dead, and then it actually be fixed after the end of the turn. So that is something that's not that good. You need to go in with units. You can see Switzerland has 6 of them, and we're also going in Danzig, and that's actually a part of Poland. So that's the way it is. Yeah, the resources you can see it a little bit more clear up here. And the territory is just that you can see what units are in the territory. If you have difficulty to see, if you press Control down and roll out of the mouse, you can see the big scope of the area, and you can just roll. It's not like anything firm here, so there's no border. And then you can see here the Japanese, the yellow and the white. I will go into that when it's their turn, because you have time enough to look at it. But you have not time to explain all the things happening because it goes so fast the first rounds. But when you get more and more units, then it's a little bit different. The first turn is actually combat move. You do not buy like in Action Allies, you wait. So here I normally do the same thing, but not always. But what I want to do is try to help the Italians so they will get a firm way up here, and then try to go in Darfur where there's 2 points, and then these 2 go down here. This is a little bit that I normally start with the naval force, but down here, as I played this before, like just before, it's not that, only 2 days ago, then I can go in and say this area actually protects, go in for this, this, and this. But if I put them up here, then it will only be this area. And if I put them over here, it will take a little longer, and the Italians should get Tunis pretty fast. They're also going for this with 3 of these bunkers and 1 plane. In real life, Malta was never conquered. There was one time this talked about they had only 2 planes, or 3 planes on the island, hurricanes, because it was so pressured up here in England, Great Britain. So normally I go for the ship first, so let's do that. Here I want to take out this, and that's not that difficult, but the problem is the odds are not always with us. The first turn, normally you actually are pretty low in the odds. There's a transport, you can have a unit, you can have in all 5, you can see here, transporting capacity in the bottom is 5, the attack is 0, the defense is 1, so, and the movement is 2. So if you have this, then it's not like you go in and attack with them, but you can use them as cannon fodder. That's pretty okay. So, but right now you also have these torpedo boats, T-boats. In the other scenario, it has 2 attack, 2 defense, and 2 movements, and it costs 7. Here it costs 6, and it only have 1 movement, so you do not use them that much because it slows your fleet down. And the German did not have a big fleet, but I will start building up battleships, because the 2 best units are battleship and heavy tanks that the Germans can get. So I will bring 1 transport unit in for that one, and then use it in Danzig, and then I will bring 2 infantry in here and put that in here, and then use the 2 down here later, but right now I will not use them. I cannot bring them in when it's attack movement in your own area, even that you're going in with them. And then I will use artillery. The artillery has 2 attack, 2 defense, and 1 movement. But you can see the support and attack, all other infantry unit, it gives 1 to attack for them. And the transporting costs 3. So I brought 1 over, and these men only cost 2, but this is an infantry unit. So this attack ATT means that it has 1 attack, but it will get another one because of the artillery. And I like to bring that in here. And then it tries to show, no, will you not bring these in? No. Because one of these, and that's a transport, can only carry units to 1 area. Even that has 2 units, you cannot just bring it up in Estonia and then down in Latvia, because it's 2 different places. They cannot go into the beach and then go out again and go into another beach. So you need to be careful when you are using these. That's the fleet there. And then we have a transport, a battleship. These battleships, why they are that good, they have bombardment. You can bombard in over land, but they also have hit point 2. They cost 20 in this scenario. The other I played cost 21, but does not matter. That's a few one, but still, you do not buy like 50 of them. You have maybe max 20 in the game, end of the game, something like it. You could actually get a lot more. That's unlimited, but it's like you should not be able to hold your back when you have like 20, then you normally win. I have been in one game where we had like 50 each. Well, I cannot remember. I think I lost there, but it is a little bit different with the dice. You have to, your strategic choices are a little bit different every turn. I've not played a game where the first round ended up the same way. So already in the second round, you need to make sure to have a new strategy. But let's see, this will have 2. So if I use, there's 3 subs that can reach. The subs can use 2 in area reach, so it can go 1, 2, and it has 2 in attack and 2 in defense. In the other one, it has 3 attack and 1 defense. So here it's actually better as an all-around unit. The only problem is that if I go in here and take that, I will probably get a 3 dice with a 2, and that means normally 1 hit as standard. The problem here is you will not get that 1 hit. And what you say, why? Why not? You will get that one hit, but it will reach this battleship, and that means it will just say 1 hit point. And then the next turn, you already lost one normally because that's a 4 and that's a 2. That's 1 hit, and then they only always have it 1, and then we only have 2 left. Maybe you will get a hit in there. You have the advantage to get another hit. Then you will get this transport. It costs 6. The sub cost. I will just show you the price list here. Unit help. You go up, and then you can see here that's a price list, and the transport costs 6 and the sub costs 7. So you're actually using a lot more money. Okay. And then if you get that hit, this will delete maybe 2 or maybe only 1 again. And then you'll maybe with 1, you have a 33% chance to get a hit on one of these. And then if you're lucky, you get this, and that's 8 in destroyer. And then you are like, and that's lucky. You have to be lucky here. And then that's actually a hit where they will lose it, but this will hit, and then this will be back, and you will lose 8 and 6, and that's just equal to what you can lose, and that's pretty tough. And here, so what I'm doing normally, I can bring it over because it has 2 in defense, and that's actually pretty okay. Bring that over here to say, let's have a waiting list, or you could bring them down here. I could also, and both of these there to get this, because these planes here can move 1, 2, 3, 4. So these will be constantly attacked by both the British and the Americans. And the only thing here is that it's not fun, and it just need to hit 1, 2. These just need to be 1 or 2 and hit, and the same here, a 1 or 2. There is different fighters, but I could try to do it, but it's not always that good. And the last couple of times I have not moved it here, I actually attacked, and then when we moved, there was no unit left. They bring in bombers also, like this. That has up to 4. That can reach 6. You can see attack 4. That means if you hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 on a die, then you will hit, and defend 1. And then the 6th movement, it can also perform raids. That means they can attack the capital. And if the capital or a factory, it's not just capital, if you're attacking a factory, you can see in the bottom there, Morocco here, East Morocco it stands for. Then you can, even if you hit 6, you will only get 4 because the factory only produces 4 each turn. But you have to beat that anti-aircraft gun, and if you hit a 1, target defense for combat or move through 1 out of 6. So if you are defending with a 1, then you can win, and then it will be destroyed. I actually had a game with 3 friends where I think it was Germany or I was Britain. I think it was Germany, and where they came in to attack. If they took the capital, and in Action Allies game, then they could win. But the next movement they will not be able to win. I have too many forces, and then I hit. They came in with 4 planes to start their attacks also, and I hit 4 or 3 ones, or even 4 ones, something crazy, and that means that they did not even get the attack in at all because they have so little attack. But let's just remove this, and the way you remove the setup, you can also see down in the bottom, it's C zone 5. So I go in and look 4 to 5, undo that, and then bring it in here. If you press Control B, you'll be able to see the units you are, and then calculate the odds for the victory. And here it says I will actually have average. I always look at that. I normally do not look at this unit left if attacker 1. I always look at average attacker units left after we win. So that's 2 after 3. So we will destroy these 2. And the best thing is to destroy is actually the transport. We could also go and say here, I'd like to go in with this sub, go in there, and this sub go in here. These only transport alone. Then you will have a sub attack. You will get the first dice to hit, and then if you hit 1 and 2, this will not be able to return and retaliate. And that's a really good one. So what I do here is also this cruiser here is a lower version of the battleship. It can bombard with 3 dice and attack with 3 and defend with 3. The battleship can bombard with 4 dice, attack with 4, attack with and defense with 4, and then you have 2. And it can transport units as a capacity of 2, and that's a little bit different because the battleship cannot transport with anything. It can just bombard, but so you also have the first ability to hit. So one of these, that should be one of these, should hit 1 or 2. That means that you actually get this ship to sink. It will not be able to retaliate. But if there is one of these, a destroyer, then you can see in the bottom anti-stealth. That means the sub will not be able to attack this. I can also show you something else that's quite funny actually. Let's go here. If I want to take this and move through, I cannot. Why I cannot move through? That's because if you try to move through there, then the sub is trying to go or sail through this or submerge and sail. Then this unit here, the destroyer, will see it. So you cannot do that. But if there's no destroyer in the area, like this one, I can just take what C is that? 31. Let's see, 31, 29 should be like that. That's 36. So 31. This one, undo that. If you can see, I can actually do this, go through this area because there's no destroyer there. So that makes good sense. And here I like to take the transports as alone. It's a one hit. And I can also go for the American ships, or I can go for the British ships. But I cannot go all the way up there. I could take a chance not to get the transport. It is 6, or I could go down there. But then they will start shooting. And here I would like to take the British and the Americans, because the British and the Americans are not the bad guys that way, but mostly that they are the ones having the most simultaneously forces. What do I mean with that? If I have a crazy fleet, that's fine. But if the Italians have half a fleet, I have half a fleet, I will attack in my area and they will attack in their area. Now that means that I will not be able to use the whole fleet because Italy has the half fleet and it's not their turn. So that's why I want to remove the British and the Americans. Even that I'm going for this French transport, it's actually good to take it because it's free nearly. So it's pretty good. So I could also go up here and I could, here we should win it. You can see the difference there, but I could also say, let's go up here and you will be able to see that we will not win it. We had like 30%, but it does not calculate if you just get the transport unit. If I get the transport unit, it will take more turns for them to build transport, move the units, and then I will keep the area good over here. But you will lose this. But I should be able to get the transport on the first hit. And the problem is also if I want to go in here and think, okay, I just take them and without focusing on the transports, but just take the units, it will be fine. With both of these, the problem is these planes I just talked about will come and say hello. And if I just go for both these two and I'm not getting that one, the British will come down here. 1, 2, attack, and then take a plane with them, and then I will not be able to submerge because of the ship there. I need to wait for the whole setup. I could do some, but they will normally get us in the first turn. So it's a little bit difficult to see exactly what to do. But let's for the part just do this, and then you will be able to see what I'm talking about. And then they will also maybe attack these 3 with these ships here, and that's not fun either. Yeah. No, let's 1, 2. They will also be able to attack here. No, let's do this and let's see what happens. I could also bring 4 up here. I will only be able to use 2 because all of these came from areas like here, and I will not be able to cross it. So yeah, let's just do this. That's a little bit new setup. Then we have these ships here. I will normally not use them for anything. We do not have anything here. The only 2 things I'm always doing, 100% always doing, is taking these units and then take this bomber here and attack. If you bomb, you can actually bomb, as I said, the money. So they will lose like 4, and then you'll see the resource they have right now 10. So I'll get them. But right now we need to take the area, and it will be around 80% chance to take it. No, 90% chance, sorry. It's a bomber. It's not like a Stuga, because it has 1 to 6, and the Stuga has 3 only. So, and this has a 4. That means it's an extra 1. So let's and here let's start with some attacks. Here I will be able to use the Stuga go in, because the Stuga helps the infantry on the ground. That means you can see support and attack. That and artillery is the one doing this. And then we have another option to use planes if we want to. But I normally use a plane up here, so we have like a big odds, and we have 100% win. Then we will not. They said we will lose 1 unit, but you have to remember you have a hit on that one. It should take a hit, and then you will also be able to clean that up. Here you can see this is neutral areas, and it's a little bit what Hungary was already a part of Germany at this time, or what's going on, or are they just occupying everything? What? It's just the scenario is like this, and it's giving a little bit element of a surprise, more like a more strategic way to get this. We can get these tanks in here also, and this you can also use the tanks. Sometimes I use the tanks right here, and that's really good. So let's see. And then we have 2 tanks here too. And these 2, we can use them here also. So we have like 5. This one, you're not able to use. 6. And these 6 needs to go in too, because they only have 1 area to attack. Let's see here. And I'm focusing a lot on France, so we can get them out of the way, but you will never get them 100% out. They will still have this area up here, and you will be able to take. You need to take so they have at least 5 capital. If they get 5 capital or below, then you will win. So if you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 capitals, and then normally 5 down here, then you need to make sure you get the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So you need to go 5 or below, then you will win the game. You can also say, no, I will not choose that, unconditional surrender. Then you will remove that, and then you have to fight every unit to win. And I will not do that here, because when you have those, you are the winner. Sometimes I like to do it just to have fun, clean it up. So we have this bomber here. That helps. Let's see, I'm maybe probably doing something else this time. Let's move these 2 down there. This fighter here can be used here, but let's see, Control B calculate the odds. 100%, we will lose around 1.8. What do we lose here? We will lose around 1.5. So it's not enough to give it this one. And here we will lose like 3 or something. So it's not good enough. We need to bring this plane in here. And then we'll lose 2. That makes a lot more sense. Because maybe 2, it gives us like 0.25, but we do not want to lose that. If you lose the third, you will have to lose artillery. And let's just show, no, I will show that a little bit later when you have to buy units. So let's see here. All of these units would be good to go in here. And down here, it's good to use tanks because they need to be fast up there. I can use another tank here, and then 1, 2, that will be fast. Could also use this plane, and then only use 1, 2 units, and these 2 go in here. Let's see, we should get this easily. Yeah, we lose 1.5, that's okay. This will get 1 hit in the first, and then we should be able to take it. That's why you need to have infantry in. They only cost 2. It's cheaper to get that. And let's see here. Bring that in. And we can go in here. We can also go in here, but as it only have 1 movement, and they have the same. Even that this artillery is just still 2 in defense. It will not help the infantry because there's still 2 in defense. So here we should have, you can use another and another tank, and that will give us only 1 in defense there. So let's move all of these in here, all of these in here. That would be good. And these 6 normally I go in and say 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty good here. So do we need them right now? Maybe we do. So I could also say, let's go for that one. But here I can say all of these except that one, because that's a Stuka. We can use that for another one. Oh, all of them except the Stuka. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go out here. So these are going in the fight. So we need to get 1, 2, and 3 attack, and then we'll win this. And then we'll have to have this unit set up. And that'll be great for that, to make sure we get this. So we also need these units here. Go in here. If we take this one, we cannot bring in the Stuka right there. Let's see the odds for this one. We'll lose. We still have the tank, but where's that fighter I'm using up here? I will change that out. And take this one instead. And then use this fighter. No, we cannot do that. 1, 2. Okay, let's see here. Bohemia. 1, 2, 3. That's the one we need to use. So we use this one there. Undo that. That normally go to Croatia. No, we cannot use these, we cannot pass them. That's why we cannot pass them. You cannot pass neutral areas. So that's not going to work, unfortunately. We can use it down here. It's always a good thing. We lose 5, they say. That's pretty much a lot of them. And if you do not take it in, how many will you lose there? We'll have left. Okay, I need to look at this one more time. Left 12. Left 11 a little bit. Let's use it on this one. That's important. Let's do this. That's a good one. And then we are sure we get this. Normally, focus always on units that can be used in the same turn as much as possible. I think this is actually it. Let's see if there's anything I've forgotten. Sometimes there is something I forget. Focus on this one. Focus on that. There's no more ships out here. Actually, no, I said that before, but it's really nice pictures, some of these. These have been moved. All these units have been moved. Everything have been moved. This is the only one I do not like. We have the most percent to win, and we probably get like 2. And they will only have 1 here. We will not be able to attack. There's no tanks, because if we get this area here, and it should be a good thing. We have nearly 2 units. Let's see there. I think that's a good question here. I think we got all we need. Yes, and then we can say done. And then we can buy units. And here you have ability. These artillery, you get 2 for 7. You cannot just say I want to have 1 for 3.5. No, you have to buy 2. And normally I like to do this. So get 4 and 13. And in turn 4, you'll be able to get a lot of other units. I will show you here. You also saw the price here. Let's change. These infantry, 1 attack, 2 defense, cost 2. But you can also have elite that can attack with 2. And then they cost 3. And you can still use this, and there will be a 3 in attack. But right now we just need forces to have like stronger attack possibilities and also a very good defense possibility. So we could also say no, not to 13. I just want 9. But you can see, whoa, that's 4 we are lacking. And sometimes you need to have cannon fodder. Even that sounds pretty awful. And then you also have the armor car. They can move 2, but they will not be able to attack. But their strength is they will be able to move 2 areas. Then you have mechanized for 6. They cost a little bit, but they will also be able to attack. The other ones give a little bit stuff to them. Plus you have 3 movement. But then you have the tanks here. 3, 3, 2. They're really good. But later, after 4 turns, you will get the heavy tanks. 4, 4, 2 for 2 more only. Mechanized, advanced fighter, fighter. You can see the prices. I'll just show you here. Just have a little pause it and you can see the difference. Factory 15, like in Action Allies normal games, and that's fine. And let's see, done. And then you can see we can take the different setups here. You can also go up in view. And you can see log map, so it does not move. Enable units, show history, what happened, show dice stats. This is the battle calculator I'm normally taking. But if you look on to your right now, there's these German battles. And this, when it's 31, this is all we need to take. So if I normally take the sea battles, okay, we did get a hit. You do not see the dice here. You only see that what happened. You get a hit, total hit. In the other one, if you remove this low luck, then you will actually see all the dice put up 1 1 1. So here it's differently set because you remove some of this luck. Let's take the next sea. We get the transport, remain, and they had a 4. Now it actually got a 2. Why these can shoot back is because it's destroyer. So we did hit it, the first one, but the second one we had to wait a turn. We hit it again, but they hit it back with 1 or 2, and that was a 2. They can defend with 1 or 2. You can see that. The first one is attack, the second defend, the third movement. So we lost 1 there. We hit the first one right away with a die in 0, and then they will not be able to shoot back. Let's take the next C. We took a 6, they took a 5, we remain, a 5, and then still something. We took a 1 then this time. Both 1 and 2 will hit, and then it cannot shoot back because it does not have a destroyer in them. Let's take the next C. We had like 2 hits. They did not hit. This should have hit 1. So right now we are actually in the British one. They had a 2 and a 1, and the first time they should not hit, and the second time they should probably get 1 hit, but not really because they need to have like extra. So that one we actually was -1 in the dice. Here we are +1 because they should have like 1, 2, 3. Then 2 should give 1 hit. We remain. We get 1, and that's like okay, but they should not get 1 now. But they do have 2 ones, so and they get this hit, and then we can get the other hit back. We win this, so they got 1 hit for this. They should probably have 1 or 2, so it's nearly equal. But let's say we are still having 0 because of that up there. And let's start with Hungary. We got them. They should have 1 hit on us. That's normal. And let's take Latvia. We got them. They should not have 1 on us, except when there's like after 3 ones, then they should have 1. Let's see Netherlands. They already have 1 hit on us. It's fine. They should have 1. And now they should actually also have a 1 now because of that up here. So we are leading with 1 now. +1. Normally I never get +1. Okay, here we are having 1. We have to remove. And that will be this. And then 1 more. That's 1 too many. Because these 2 is 1. And this is like a half. So we are at 1 still. +1. But still around too many. Now we should not lose any more. And we do not lose that. And did not lose that. But we should have hit at least 1 more. So we are still at 1. Here that we should lose 1, and we did. Still at 1. Province. They lose 2, we lose 1, and then we should not lose any more, but we did lose 1 more. These 3 should give 1, and then after that, this should not give 1, it should give a half or something, little over a half. But let's still say we have 1. Here we should lose 5 in all. And we lost 5 in all. That was clear. Darfur, that's fine. We have a 3 against a 2. Oh, we still lack a sea level here. We get the transport. Remain to get the destroyer. Did not get any. Remain. Okay, still not. We should have hit, and they should have hit now. We should have 2 times. We got it, and they did not get it. But does not really matter, because these will get hammered by the planes, and I will get them to merge if I can, but then we'll get hammered again. And these two will also help. Maybe they will actually go 1 and 2, attack them, use the plane here, 1, 2, and then these will help 1, 2 go in here, and the Americans will come, and then that will be it. But let's see Tunisia. This was not good. This should not happen. We lost a 3 against a 2 first run, so that is actually only 20% chance for that. So the 1 real plus is now down to 0. Remain. We should lose 1. We should lose 1. We did not lose 1. We should have lost 1. Maybe even 2, but let's say 1. We had 1 casualty now, and we should not have another one. So this time is the first time I've seen ever that I got around 0 to a +1. Normally it's like -3, but that's just the way it is. Let's see here. Okay. Here you see the battleship. They are like destroyed, or not destroyed, but the first hit in. It will be repaired now. We have non-combat movement. They will see if I say done now and say, "Are you sure?" Yes. Whoa, what's going on here? You have to keep moving, else we'll lose the units. It's because all these planes here, they need to go back. You cannot land planes in the area just conquered. So you need to do this, and then we can bring that 1, 2. We can bring that here. We cannot take Krakow. You have to bring it back, or we could put it in Austria. We got this area here, and then this plane. Bring that to protect this area. And where was another plane? Nope, that was not it. We had both planes. And then it said something about a sea area that was up here. You can bring that back there too. So we have like going out 1, 2, 3, go down, protect. That's a lot of opportunities. This area, I just wanted to win with 1 unit. Does not matter because they will come in with a lot of units. This one, they can go and say 1, and then, oh, I cannot go in here because this is actually not connected. So that's why I would like to have a tank in this, because the tank will not be attacked. It costs 5. They will not be attacked. They will be able to take an infantry. They will never go in. Even with 1 tank, they will never go in with 1 infantry just to try to take it. Then they will take some planes with them and do something there. Why I wanted the most of the tanks in the middle is because you can be able to 1, 2, so that's good. Let's see done and see if that was okay. It was okay. That was all the planes. And then we can start putting in the factories. Let's put, whoa, I cannot put that. I just got it. Yeah, but it was just conquered. You cannot put in areas that was just conquered. So I will be able to use these 2 and artillery because I can bring them in with troops. But I actually did a mistake now. I actually did a mistake. If you can see what the mistake is, then you'll be able to see that here. The mistake is that I forgot to move these 2 units down here. That means that next turn I will not be able to use them. I actually should have waited a little bit. Think was there something else I could have done? Nope. So that actually removes every plus I had in this. That was really irritating to do that. But that's the way it is sometimes. And here we'll be able to go in and bring in more infantry units if we want to. There we go. And here, 5 infantry units. Nothing there. 2 more there. And then done. and we will collect 79. That's pretty good. That's a good amount of money there, or production units. So let's see here what the Russians are doing. Are they doing the same as they normally? Azerbaijan, yes. This one, and this one, and this one. This is normally what they do, and they can just bring in different units. Okay, they lost one there. They should not have lost one. We lost one here. They lost one. We lost one more. They lost one more. Okay, that's a little bit high. They're losing that much. Okay, here they lost one, as it should. One, and then not anymore. Nope, not lose anymore. That's fine. Whoa, here they lost a little bit too much. The Russian lost a little bit too much here. Maybe one or two, but else it's infantry, right? So does not really matter. It's a few points. It's mostly that if you get the area, that's the most important thing. If you lose like 1-2 infantry extra, does not really matter. It's the area that matters. If you lose a tank or something, then it could be like crazy, because it's 5 instead of 2. So and in compared to the WAW 1940, World at War 1940, the Italians has a move before the French. In the other one, the French has before the Italians. That's just one little thing. And down here, they can go here, attack. This is what they normally do. Okay, they went in here, here. They get the 2 tanks here. That's what they're doing. And normally, I'm not sure about that one. Okay, they did lose 1 unit. They should not have lost anything. Here, they should not have lost anything there either. Here, they should not lose anything, but they should lose 1. Here, they are going for the ships, and that got a hit. Doesn't matter. They are losing too many here. Way too many. Now, they did not lose on this last plane, so that was quite good. 2, 4, 5, 2, that's 3. They should lose 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Not really 2, they're only 1.5, and then 1 to last. So that was actually equal. It was because the plane normally has 1 to 4, it has, but they did not get that. So it was like, okay. Okay, they did not attack and get Tunis. Sometimes they use the first turn to get Tunis, but they did not do that here because I could not take the area. And that's a problem for them also. If I cannot take the area, they are okay. They got more units than we. If I could have taken the area, they could have done something, but now they could not. Now they are doing this movement that I forget. They do not forget to move, and they bought 4 infantry here. So they are trying to uphold this, and that's not good. That was a big loss because Tunis could be open, and then we'll be able to go in. If you look at this, if you go up here, and I've taken that, then we'll be able to use the tank here, boom. And then we'll go down with the 2 transport and bring in units. It's not always to do that, but sometimes. But I need to take that area. Oh, they're doing the Pearl Harbor. It's not always they're doing that. It's sometimes. And let's see what they're doing here. They're going down here. They're taking the fleet down there. They're going in with more units there. They're going in there too. Okay, that's a little bit overzealous with some of them. But the most important thing is this one. And sometimes they lose it, even though they had 90% chance of winning it. But crazy sometimes. Okay. They're actually losing a sub in this situation. They normally do not lose anything. They lose 2, 2, 2, 1, and 1, and nothing. Okay. That was good. That was 2 hits. And that's fine. That's normally what they lose. 1 sub or 2 subs. Here, they got the area. That's fine. What about this one? And then they always use this. This is only a 1 and a 2, right? But they bring in 1, 2, and that means it should have 1, and they should have nothing there, but they will use this as a cannon fodder, and it's fine. It's average. Everything here is average. And I will take one turn at a time. I will try to hit this 30 minutes mark, except the first turn, because there's so much explanation. But if you do not, I've actually go through pretty fast these things. You could actually go back and then see the setup here of the first game I played on these. This is the fourth game, and the scenario I used the first time, I used the first 2, as I said, and this is the second time, and with the low luck, then you'll be able to see the whole introduction with everything. I'll post one in the description below for the first one. That's all laid out. But the good thing is, it's free. You can just go in, like Path of Exile. This is free. You cannot, but here you do not have to pay for stash or anything. It's totally free. It's SourceForge. They have not done that much update in the last year or something, but I hope they will use this a little bit more, go in, because there is some problems. Sometimes they do not move the units out like I did forget up here, but they should not forget it, right? It's a computer. They should not forget that. Okay, they went for that one and lost one already. Oh. Okay, that was fine. What about this one? They lost one there. And they should have lost one with the... They should have lost one with the these, but they did not. Whoa, they lost 2 there then. It's different. Got that. That was actually a good attack. This was also a good attack here. Okay, they took... Okay, they lost one. They should not have lost one with that one. You can see that should never have... That's a 2. But the other thing was it was actually a little bit equal there, maybe a little bit advantage to the Japanese, so it's fine. It's also it's not like you're seeing total devastation or total loss, like devastation on the Allies and total loss on these sides. Sometimes they do, but one thing they're doing in this scenario, they're building a lot of these, and I think it's pretty overkill because they're building here and here in 4. You normally build in the big ones, and they're building in every area they can, and it costs 15 every turn. It's quite expensive. So let's see what the British are doing. They are going crazy right now. They're taking units in from everywhere. Let's see how much they're losing. If they do not lose anything, then we are in trouble. If they lose standard, that's fine. I rather want them to lose a lot. So they are hammered. Did they go for? Yes. This is what they did. They moved the units over here. Okay, that was actually pretty good. And they took 1 tank. Please, 1 more. Yes. Okay, that was overkill. And here they just get hammered. Whoa, nothing lost. And here also, that's also fine. Here they actually, whoa. They got it. And that's, yeah, that's fine. 2 turns. That's okay. A little bit. I cannot remove them. That's what I said. They can use these and they just kill us. Also here, we cannot do anything. And they just killed every sub. So it does not really matter what I do. Does not matter. They, after 1 turn, either they move the forces over here to Finland, and then that, or they move them in here. They use the Americans to, if they do not, if I actually have a chance where they use only planes to submerge, they do not hit with 1 and 2, then I will submerge, and then the Americans are doing the job. So it does not really matter. They are gone if I do not have surface ships, and we do not have them. So they did a really good job to get my sub right off, after the bat. Normally, I will have a chance to submerge with 1 of them or 2 of them, but as I said, they moved the British force down here, from here, 1, 2, and then they use the plane also, and then they bring the plane in here. So we have no chance. This one will be taken by the Americans. I only have 1 chance in this situation, is that they do not have these areas, so cannot pass them. and that means that, but I have to protect against bombers, and these bombers have nothing to do. Why not just say hello to a little sub? But it will be in the last because they are the last ones. So the first turn, you cannot really do that much. I could possibly move all the units up and attack this battleship and try, but we will lose it. Or I will bring in one here for these, and then I will use the rest here, but we will not win all of them, and then they will not use the battleship there. They will go and get the finish and our sub there, and then we are done. Okay, here, this is a Dutch. In the other scenario, the Dutch has, okay, they got it now, nothing lost. In the other scenario, the Dutch has Netherlands and Belgium, and then they will actually have a capital there. And the problem with their capital is, if you go out of the capital, if you take the capital, you get their money. Even if they have two capitals, you get the money for each capital, and you will get the money after the production units after the turn. They will get their production units, and we will take them, and then you can move out, and then we'll go in again, and then you can take in with a bigger force and win it again, and get their production unit again, and that's pretty stupid. Even that is a good area, of course, but I will never. If I lose Berlin, we're done because it's like internal. We only have one area. What are they doing? They did not even get this. Okay, that was a little bit crazy. They should have got this, but they did not. That's 4 points. Okay, that's our good chance to move in and attack this. But that's something else. That's Romanian. Okay, they're getting that. That's fine. The capital, you need these. They should, and then they go out. If this is like Dutch, they should just keep there, and they are normally doing that. They will not come in with a big force here and then will move this away, or they will stand there. But to go in and take it back, even that it's Delhi, it's 5, and they go in and take it with just 2 units, then you can bring it back, get their money, the production units again. That's crazy. Oh, look at this. That's Pearl Harbor retaliation, but that's a little bit wild because normally they did not be able to do that. They did not do that. They have this fight down here, but it was like equal, and then they discovered the codes and got them at Midway, but that's something else. To have a retaliation strike right off the bat there, and then there was the sub for Italians, that's lost. Okay, only one sub, another sub, and another. That was pretty heavy. Okay, I will say submerge with that one. That was actually, they only used one plane. Maybe that's a little bit wild. They did that. They should have used the bombers, but maybe they used the bombers in another area. Thought we can win this. That was actually okay. They did not even want to use that. Oh, they brought 3 transport in there. These are heavy transports. So if I do this B here, we'll only have a really low chance of winning because if you have one roll, a 2, I need to hit 3 times. They just need to hit 2 times, but I could go out and get this one instead. So that's just the way it is. Let's take that next time so we can see what we can do. And it's been okay turn, average on all front, except for the plus I had, and these 2 I did not move in. That was really stupid. But I have to do and remember this. It will be even worse if these 2 was in here and not in here, and I could not win this. Then they will go down and take it for free and get 2. That would be crazy. But thank you for watching, and let's see next time. And just move a little along, and maybe I will take 2 turns, and instead of a half hour, keep it at 1 hour. But let's see. Thank you for watching, and see you then.